Hey there, welcome to a little something different. I haven't done anything recording a screen in a while except for playing video games, but I really thought it'd be a fun thing to do. Well, basically, I don't know, kind of piggyback off of a friend of mine and like do something, similar to what he did, where he looks through the IMDB files and I've joined him before in episodes, and I just thought it'd be a fun thing to do. And so we have 1988, so we're looking at the worst films in 1988, according to IMDb. So we're searching for the worst. And I'm joined with my good
Hello there,
friend.
folks. My name is Matt, aka Ramboraph4life, and thanks for letting me be a part of this.
Anytime, it's your idea. You know, I'm uh, I'm ripping this guy off, but
Nothing wrong with that.
just thought it'd be a fun thing to do. Um, First up, we got Gore 2, which is also known as Outlaw of Gore. I've seen this. I've seen worse. It's not great. It's not a good movie, but I honestly believe I've seen worse than Outlaw of Gore. Um, it's a sequel to Gore. Yes, there's a movie called Gore, and yes, it got a sequel. It stars Jack Palance. And I always get this one confused with the film, like I think it's Cyborg 2, where he's got a long spoon or some shit. Or is it Cyborg 2 with the long spoon? Or maybe it's this movie.
Yeah, he says that speech with a long spoon and Cyborg too.
Yeah, yeah,
Jack Palance, yeah.
yeah.
I haven't seen this film. I just know the director is the guy who did Kingdom of the Spiders and The Dark.
King of the Spiders, the movie that had a VW bug painted like a spider
No, no,
and had
no.
like
Kingdom
spider.
of the Spiders is
Oh,
what he
oh,
said.
that's Giant
Invasion.
Spider Invasion.
Yeah,
Two different movies.
yeah.
Both
But
about spiders, but different
but
movies.
Kingdom of the Spiders is a good one. The Dark is a weird one, but I liked it. This I've never seen though.
It's
I
not good. It's not great. I mean, it's pretty bad, but I thought I've honestly seen worse. But then again, I haven't seen him forever, so I don't really know what to say. So I don't really know what to say about Gore 2. I don't think it's the worst film from this year. I think there are worse films on this list that I've seen that have higher ratings, but what do I know? Space Mutiny, with Reb Brown and
was back in town.
John Philip Law, James Ryan, and Calgon. I remember this from an episode of Mystery Science Theater 3000 they did where they riffed on Space Mutiny. And I always remember that, it's like, Biff Hardchest and, you know, Dick McLarge. They're all making fun of his name and like coming up with all these big names. These names for like how, because he's like a meathead. So they're coming up with all these like names for him. And I always remember the Calgon joke because in the 70s there was these popular commercials where it's like Calgon, what makes Calgon work so well? Ancient Chinese secret. So then like they threw in that into the riffing, and I always remember the scene in Space Mutiny where like Red Brown like out of nowhere like he's always hilarious with his yells, but like he comes out with a different type of yell than he normally does in a scene in this. Like he just all of a sudden has like a really girly yell. Like he just dropped up, his purse or something, and he's just like, ah! It was just so out of nowhere. It was just so, it was so bad, but so funny. And of course, it's a Red Brown movie, so of course the climax involves him yelling at the bad guy and then some explosion.
From his yelling.
That would have been awesome. No,
So he's the guy from X-Men.
he,
He's the guy who
he's
yells.
Banshee. Oh, he would have been perfect casting as Banshee. Oh my God, Red Brown as Banshee. I'd see
There,
that movie.
there are
Just
80s X-Men
I
movie.
would just see
Red
Red
Brown is
Brown
Banshee.
is Banshee. Just a movie about Banshee with Red Brown just yelling at shit.
Now that's a fan edit for someone out there to do. Banshees are Red Brown.
Please, please do
First there
it.
were Stanners, but now comes Banshee.
uh, it's directed by David Winters and Neil Sundstrom. Neil Sundstrom, like that guy, his name looks familiar. Like that guy he directed Howling 5, yeah, Rebirth, which I thought was okay.
I still haven't seen it.
Probably the best movies ever done. Space Mutiny, it's it uses stock footage from like Star Wars, I think, and like I don't think from Star Wars, it's from Battlestar Galactica, but it uses stock footage. I bet I haven't seen the film without the commentary by Mystery Science Theater 3000, so I'm pretty sure it is really bad. It probably is a 2.0, but
Which,
uh,
in case someone asks, it is coming back, I believe. A few episodes at least of Mystery Science Theater.
yeah, yeah, new cast though, new voice cast. I don't know about that. We'll see. New new guy. You know, there's a new host. So
But I just bring that up in case someone asks.
thanks to Kickstarter, that's why it's coming back. We'll see. I'll give it a look sometime, but not having the original cast come back kind of brings my hopes down a little bit because it's technically just a reboot. That's what it is. It's a Mystery Science Theater 3000 reboot.
What a
Um,
surprise.
but Space Mutiny, I have it on VHS and I haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure I can watch it for Red Brown. Probably sucks, but
It's Red Brown, so
It's Red Brown, so
it says it all.
it's probably also pretty awesome. You want to talk about the arrogance?
Uh, the Arrogance, a waitress hitchhiking in Nevada, is picked up by a man on a motorcycle. The man is a psycho killer who thinks he's God.
Okay.
Um, is this is it related to the guy from the what was that movie with Larry Cohen
Oh,
directed?
God told me to.
Gamo told me to.
God told me to.
2.1. I don't know anything about it. Philippe Belads, Out the Sun, directed it. Directed a bunch of nothing, like Born Wild. It's a bunch of people no one knows, and there's a bunch of people in this that no one knows. So
It's like Silver
the
Crystal is a name that sort of rings a bell, but yeah, she's the one from those Emmanuel movies, like those softcore porn movies. Or I mean, not
uh,
really. They weren't really softcore. They were pretty hardcore. Emmanuel. Yeah, she's Emmanuel from Emmanuel. That's what she's most famous for. She was also the Matahari in Matahari, that Canon film. I think we're like in the Canon Films documentary. She was like high or something or on the set or something.
okay.
Yeah, the arrogant. Sounds like Sylvie Crystal is pretty arrogant. And Gary Graham, that's a
Did not see the
actor.
film, but
Gary Graham, yeah, he was in Alien Nation, the TV series. Yeah, he played Sykes,
oh, he was in Robot Jobs.
and he was also in Robot Jocks. He played
He's a
Achilles.
lead in, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's the lead. Yeah, he's the one
okay.
that's I'm gonna get
In
in this
in
thing and I'm gonna kick your ass. That's pretty much what I remember about Robot Jocks is that. That's what he was in before Robot Jocks. The Arrogant. They have something called Twister's Revenge, where you have three bumbling criminals have been trying to get their hands on the computerized control system of Mr. Twister, a talking monster truck with a mind of its own.
there
What?
you go. Now that's a movie in need of a remake.
What?
I've never seen it, but Talking Monster Truck, I'm in. Actually, no, I'm not going to see the movie, but there's a movie you can. Well, I think might cite you because the director of this did the Giant Spider Invasion, which is a film you mentioned.
That movie is awful. That's the one with the VW bug that's supposed to be a giant spider. and it's like got legs that's they put on the side of it, and it's chasing kids around a baseball field.
And
They
he
also
did an
do
80s film
Twister's
called Blood
Revenge.
Harvest.
Is that the one with Tiny Tim, or is that a different one? It's a different
Tiny
one.
Tim.
Oh, it is. It's that. Yeah, it is that piece of shit. Okay, all right.
But yeah, Twister's Revenge. I mean,
Starring nobody
2.3.
I've ever heard of. Directed by the director of Giant Spider Invasion. I'm willing to bet that's worse than Space Mutiny.
Sure, but still, it's a monster
It's
truck
a
that
talking monster
talks.
truck.
So that's something. That's some kind of interest.
Do I handle the next one? The cult classic for some people, Hobgoblins.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, for
Cult
some
classic?
people. Yeah, because it's got a
Uh,
sequel.
a young security guard must track down aliens who kill people even as they make their fantasies come true. The poster makes it look like something that the movie really isn't. I mean,
Like it's a
the po-
Gremlins softcore porn
yeah, like
parody.
maybe it's a furry film or something. But I don't even, I don't even know if that girl's in the movie. But
I don't think so.
no, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's a terrible movie. It's one of those. I think I talked about it on my old first time viewing.
Yeah,
Most of those aren't up anymore. It's a bad movie. It's one of those movies that it's it didn't make me mad. I mean, for a movie that cost $15,000, I'm like, well, you get what you pay for.
yeah,
I mean, it's a $15,000 movie. It's hard to get mad at a movie,
yeah.
but it's nothing to recommend. It's nothing to be like, yeah, check out Hobgoblins.
It should have been
Maybe it
made.
would have been better if it was a furry film. I don't know.
I think Mystery Science Theater 3000 also adds to the cult following because I think they also did an episode riffing on that. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
I haven't seen it. I have the VHS like in storage somewhere, but I've never seen it, so
yeah, it's not
I don't know.
good.
Yeah.
Nothing good about it.
The next one's called The Occultist. I've never seen it, but the cover also looks like it's pretty misleading. I mean, you got some chick you see from the back who, I don't know, might not even be a chick because the way that it's shot, you know, might be some dude dressed as a chick, who knows? Got some talisman and some dude with the fucking hat on. It's about a cyborg private eye that is hired to protect a Caribbean president visiting New York City. What? Unknown to him, the president's daughter is in league with his country's rebels who are trying to assassinate him. This sounds like very scintillating, amazing entertainment. Starring Rick Gianci as Waldo Warren. That's your hero. Waldo.
I guess we found him.
He's a cyborg private eye. That's what Waldo is doing. That's where he
The
is.
only thing I can say is that the plot keywords involve money falling through the air, shot in the
The
crotch,
crotch.
and gay bar.
Again, again. Because you see the see all, gay bar, exploding body, fight, and voodoo ritual.
Yeah, bodyguard, cyborg, voodoo ritual, and gay bars.
And the alternate title is Maximum Thrust.
Well, I think that's where the gay bar comes in.
Oh man. The next one, it's a film called Nightfall, and it's an adaptation, I think, of an Isaac Asimov story, I believe. Yeah, and I know about this because I have it on VHS somewhere. And Sarah Douglas is in it, who played Ursa in Superman 2, and a bunch of who knows people. Nobody knows. Star Reef. She was in. I remember her because she was in Sinjanor. She was also in Ghoulies 2. So
Hmm.
and she was also in The
Yes.
Terror Within. She played Sue, the character Sue in that.
Yeah, it does say when you click on it, Isaac Asimov's Nightfall.
Yep. Far across the cosmos from our world lies a planet bathed in perpetual daylight. Soon nightfall will come and bring it with tremendous destruction. Bring
So
with
it's
it
pitch
tremendous
black.
destruction. I know, yeah. Soon nightfall will come and bring with it tremendous destruction. Science struggles against superstition in this dramatic portrayal of Isaac Asimov's award-winning short story. So they waited.
Is Riddick in this?
I don't
No
know.
Riddick.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I know. I guess it was referenced in the rewind this. I don't remember it being referenced in that.
It seems like this is a film that it should have had a bigger budget, but like it didn't. So they did the best they could with a really, really low budget, and it probably sucks
Mm.
because they don't really have the budget to bring this story to life.
So I think they remade it in 2000 with the same title,
A New
Nightfall.
Horizons. So it was cheap again.
With David Carradine and Jennifer Burns and
So
some
I
other
guess
people
it
they
didn't get
know.
any better. I haven't
Uh,
seen it, so I don't know what to say.
yeah.
Want to take Cemetery High?
So it's a group of high school girls with guns who go on a killing spree. They are intent on ridding the world of scummy men.
Not zombies? Where's the cemetery angle come into play? Are these scummy men scummy zombies?
Because they're sending them to the cemetery. Uh, I guess maybe this is a take on Savage Streets. Like they're like, hey, Savage Streets, people know that. Let's. The film was originally titled "Assault of the Killer Bimbos," but the title was assigned to a Charlie Band Empire Pictures production released in '88. So I
hmm
guess there's another movie, and the director has disowned the film.
Must not be very good.
A group of four high school girls who have been raped by men, and they team up to kill men, including the movie's narrator. I'm just reading a review this time here. Um, there's no scenes in a graveyard. There's no one holding a bloody chainsaw, unlike what one of the covers has. A bumbling mayor, policeman, and coroner try to figure out who the scumbusters are.
This film must be really bad because this director, he didn't disown Disconnected or Psychos in Love or Galactic Gigolo or any other movies that he directed.
Uh,
Or Why is Lydia Loveless? Or Pizza, Love Story, a documentary.
if you've seen it, feel free to let people know.
A Dog Named Gucci. The next one you have Death by Dialogue, where first off the title isn't very scary. Oh, it's a trauma film. Oh, no wonder. A guy and four of his friends visit his crippled uncle, a taxidermist who lives with his housekeeper next to a movie set. Pretty soon people start being killed in the manner they are in the script of the movie being filmed next door. Kind of okay, I don't mind the concept.
And it stars Kincaid from Elm Street 3 and 4. Ken Saros.
Wow, that's the best he could get after Elm Street 4, 3, and 4.
Same year as Elm Street 4.
It's the same year as Elm Street 4.
I haven't seen the film, but I've seen like footage, and it seems like really, really, really dirt cheap.
Yeah, it's trauma. So
Well, I don't know if they made it or it's one of those they
it's
just
one of those
released it.
they released, they distributed like Play Dead, but yeah.
I just maybe one day I would give it a watch just for Ken Saros because see him in a different movie other than Elm Street, but it seems very, very, very dirt cheap.
Like
Like they had a zero budget film.
it's like a low budget, zero budget version of New Nightmare. Just kind of interesting because it predated New Nightmare.
Well, it's weird because I looked at the director and apparently he's a big stunt guy,
Huh.
which is weird because you look at it as like, oh yeah, he did stunts for Captain America: First Avenger, and,
Interesting.
The Purge and Iron Man 3, but Ghostbusters he's doing stunts for.
Well, he went somewhere.
Well, he went from shit to shit. from shitty movie to now he's working on a shitty movie. So there you
The
go.
circle of shit. Never seen it. I don't. But the idea, the concept, I don't mind. It's. I mean, in Kent Sago's, if I found it for cheap somewhere, I'd give it a look. Next one, Journey to the Center of the Earth. I think it's like one of Cannon's last films, isn't it? Like one of the last movies they did, if I remember
Yeah, it's
correctly.
the one they talk about in that where they couldn't finish it. He didn't have enough money, so they just got Al Pune to
Yeah, because they
use
got
fill holes in.
Rusty Lemon who I always, whenever I saw his last name, I was a Lemonade. But no, it's not. It's not Lemonade. It's not Rusty Lemonade. It's Rusty Lemorond.
Like they wouldn't give him the budget to finish the stuff he wanted, so then Al Pune came in and just you just make it your cheap ass self version.
And Albert Payun and Albert Poontang obliged. Make it cheap and do it myself? You've got it.
Just, yeah. And he would go on to do that more than once, like Ticker.
Stock footage? You want any stock footage in this? No. If you could not do that, that would be much appreciated.
But I've never seen it. It's another version of Journey to the Center of the Earth.
No, it's a sequel to Alien from LA.
Oh, okay.
It's a sequel to Alien from LA. That awful movie from the same year, directed by Albert Payun.
It seems like it has nothing to do with it.
Because the rest of it is a sequel. The first 8 minutes
Oh.
were by Rusty Lemmeron, and it was meant to be like a Journey to the Center of the Earth movie.
Oh, okay. So he turned into a getcha.
Yeah. The rest of it is a sequel to Alien from LA, which is tacked on by the producers and renamed Journey to the Center of the Earth in order to fill contracts with foreign distributors. The filming began in 1986, and the final release was in 1989.
Oh well, I guess the director actually left a comment. I'm the named director of the film. Only approximately first 8 minutes of the film were written or directed by me. Yeah, the remainder of the film is actually a sequel, which was tacked on renamed. Yeah. The remainder of the footage I shot has never been seen by the public due to the lack of funds at the time to shoot and insert the many effects shots required. The storyline in my version / script is entirely different from that in the above titled film. Well, that sucks.
It really does. Sucks to be him because the thing about it, like you put all this work into it, and then well, don't have the budget, don't have the money. He-Man
It's
wasn't a
like
big enough hit, so no more
it's like
money.
maybe you should think about this before deciding on making it
But it's
canon.
canon. I mean,
I know, but I mean, so it was their stupidity.
director Albert Pyun hated how the studio took his film from him and spliced it with another film just to have it released. Because of this, he has disowned it, and his name doesn't appear on any official releases.
Well, it appears on here, so it doesn't matter.
I haven't seen it. I've seen the trailer. I remember the trailer. It didn't look too bad, but
Probably still better than Nemesis 2, 3, and 4.
yeah. Nemesis 4. Yeah, we had Nemesis 2, 3, and 4, a trilogy of the ugliest woman I think you will ever see star
He
in an
has more
action film.
muscles than Stallone.
She has more muscles than the muscles from Brussels. Red Brown again in the firing line. You want to talk about the firing line?
Uh, let's like see what the whole plot is. An American military advisor becomes disillusioned by the brutality and corruption of the Central American government, which hired him when his shift in sympathies
Shit.
becomes known. Might as well be.
When his shit and sympathies becomes
Is Red
known.
Brown and Shannon Tweed? I mean,
Shannon Tweed's probably there to take her top off for a little bit, and then Red Brown is there to yell, and then
at
if
her
somebody
tits.
like he's the one that makes her top come off. That would have been awesome. Just yell at Shannon Tweed and
Banshee 2, the firing line.
her. No, I don't want it to. Don't be a prude. Ah! Ah!
No, it looks like a sequel to Blue Thunder.
Yeah, with the helicopter.
I had
And on
never
the
seen
cover
it.
art, and on the cover art, I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. I wonder if Efrie's seen it. You know, a friend of ours. I know he's a big fan of Shannon Tweed. If you look at
Yeah,
the cover, it's just Shannon Tweed looks so out of place. It's like she's like naked in a shot, and they just like airbrushed out her tits, and then just put her up there and threw a helicopter on the bottom. There we go. This one's better. This is a German cover art with Red Brown yelling, and it's artwork, and it's uncut. It's der Kampffonts vergant too, und das Kriegs uncut. There's Red Brown with a giant gun, with a Rambo headband, and there's a helicopter in the background, and he's screaming. Now
it's more like it.
this, folks. That's more like it. That's how you sell a movie. The next one, I can't believe there was a sequel, Saturday the 14th. I mean, that wasn't even that great of a comedy in the first place. Because there was Saturday the 14th, it was like a shitty horror sketch comedy parody thing
Yeah, with Richard
with
Benjamin.
Richard Benjamin.
Benjamin, yeah, it was pretty lame. Yeah, and I don't. He's not even in this, so it goes to show. Yeah, even he didn't come back for the sequel. So yeah, Ray Walston, Mr. My Favorite Martian, and I never saw it because I didn't like the first
Michael
one.
Berryman plays the mummy in this. Jason Presson. Oh my, it is! It's that kid from
Explorers.
Explorers. Yeah.
He got another job.
Well, he was also in Gremlins too as Alex the Yogurt Jerk, but yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't remember.
I don't remember Alex the Yogurt Jerk either, so.
Well, it's from the director of Death Stalker 4.
Oh god.
And I guess he actually did the first Saturday the 14th. Wow. So,
It's basically about Eddie and his family have just inherited a spooky wreck of a house. What they do not know about the house is that it was built over an evil passageway, but they are soon to discover the wacky evil it releases. Taglines: Warning, this movie starts where the others chicken out.
if you want to watch a movie with a chicken, you watch Hot
Hot
Shots
Shots
Part.
part,
Yeah.
dude. Read my mind. Read my mind.
Now, I guess the next one is actually a Ned Beatty, Mia Sara, and Michael Manson film called Shadows in the Storm.
Directed by one of the Tannen family. From Terrell Tannen.
Biff's brother. And Ned Beatty's character's name is Thelonious Pitt.
I was choked on my water there. What the fuck? Thelonious Pit. That's the kind of that's all. That's a name that only a screenwriter could come up with. For fuck's sake, Thelonious Pit.
I can't remember that Ned Beatty has a lead role, but
Yeah,
it's going to be
I'm
a big
curious
movie.
about the film because I remember seeing a trailer for it and it looked like it might be worth a watch, but the
Hmm.
rating isn't very encouraging.
No, it's not.
I mean, it's about a daydreaming businessman named Thelonious Pit. Sounds like a cartoon character or something. Takes a vacation in the redwood forest of California. The morning after he arrives, he meets a beautiful, mysterious woman named Melanie. She happens to look just like the woman he keeps seeing in his dreams. Thelonious and Melanie meet each other on the shore of a nearby river late at night. And Melanie's husband finds them and attacks Thelonious. Melanie then pulls out a pistol and fires 3 shots, knocking her husband's body into the icy river below, and the nightmare has begun. So, spoilers.
Burt Reynolds is in it. That laugh. Burt Reynolds is the real killer.
It's a
Um,
sequel to The
Deliverance.
Maddening.
Never seen it. Can't say anything about it. No, it has like 2 user reviews.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious
Uh,
about it, but it probably sucks.
and apparently Ned Beatty has a sex scene.
Oh God, I didn't know about that.
That's what it says in one of the user reviews.
Ooh,
If you ever wanted to see Ned Beatty in a sex
ooh,
scene, dot dot dot, for
ooh,
permanent sleep.
ooh.
So there you go.
Oh my God,
I'll,
that's
I'll
an
wait for your
image.
review.
Holy shit.
I'll wait for your
That is
review.
not an image I want to be in my head for very long. Get out of my head. Shit, that's ugly. That's scary. That's a horror film right there. Oh shit. Attack of Midnight Movie Massacre?
The idea seems like it could be cool, but the rating doesn't help. A Martian attacks patrons of a movie theater while they're showing a 50s low budget sci fi film
Hmm.
on the screen, but again, the rating doesn't. This probably sucks. Okay, for all these people who want to remake movies, there you go. Take that idea.
Yeah, please. I like
That
that idea better. Let's not remake movies that are great and classics, like A Nightmare on Elm Street. Like the chances of you doing it remotely even close to being as good is very slim. But on the chances of you being better, so
it's like a
why?
more, it's like a sci-fi version of Matinee
Yeah,
or something with John Goodman.
or it's like Waxwork, but with sci-fi movies or something.
See, these are all better ideas, but what do we know?
Haven't seen the film, but yeah, sounds like a fun concept, but probably has no budget, and that's probably the biggest problem.
Yeah, filmed in '84, but now released in '88.
Under the title Attack from Mars. The next one is some movie called Search and Destroy. It gets a 2.9 out of 10. I know we haven't been saying what the ratings are, but I'm recording the video to be able to see it. Directed by J. Christian Ingvordsen and starring a whole bunch of nobody I've never heard of. Terrorists
Yeah.
destroy a chemical factory. A virus is released and infects the people of the town with a strange psychosis.
Um,
And really stupid lines of dialogue like this. 24 hours ago, you had 24 hours. Now you only have 12 hours left. This guy not do, did he not do math? What? What?
yeah.
Oh, it's from the same guy who produced Mob, that movie that, Mob War with Jake LaMotta and Air Boss and Absolute Aggression with Robert Davi. Well, he also directed every single Air Boss movie, which there are four of. Four Air Boss films.
Yeah, that was pretty sad.
I literally did the outfit, that's the one I'm kind of curious about. That's the one that has Lance Henriksen and Billy Drago and Martin Kove in it. But yeah, Search and Destroy. There's no info. There's info, but there's no pictures or anything. Yeah, probably for good reason. Invasion Earth sounds like the same plot almost as Midnight Movie Massacre. I think this one has a lot of stock footage in it, if I remember correctly.
And really enough, it's directed by one of the stroke text.
Yeah, the guy,
Special effects
special
guys
effects guys, yeah.
who worked on Escape from New York, Aliens, T2.
Did they also work on the Flash, I think, TV series?
I don't know, but he was one of the guys that won the effects for Aliens and T2 Oscars. It's a long way from. This is like aliens invade a small town. Local teens have been watching a sci-fi marathon in the theater, and from those films, they get ideas on how to fight the creatures.
Yeah, it's just a clip show.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I just New World is like, yeah, just have clips.
Clips from old sci-fi movies. The next one I've seen the trailer for. It looks insane. It's probably not very good, but it's definitely weird and definitely crazy. But it's a Nico Mastroiannis film, and that's what he seems to specialize in. Batshit weird fucking movies. Glitch, which is a 1988 film, and the plot, I guess, is about two thieves that rob a large fancy house when the owner is away, but when a visitor mistakes them for the owner, and they find out about a casting party scheduled for that day, they decide to stick around for the fun. There's only one small problem, a little glitch in their plan. The real owners owe some bad dudes a lot of money, and they show up to collect. Now, that's a very not very misleading plot, really. Very misleading plot synopsis because it's got all kinds of shit. Okay, let's look at this plot keywords. Okay, glitch, reference to Jack Nicholson. It's a spoof, racial slur, homosexual, hypnotism, female nudity, pornography, gangster, burglar, cross-dressing. Yes, this movie is cross-dressing. And
Draw Fu, Kung Fu,
yeah.
4 stars. Joe Bob says, check it out.
Oh.
I don't know. I just made it up.
If it was Joe Bob Briggs that said check it out, oh.
Well, I mean, sometimes he also said that Chainsaw Master 4 is the best horror film of the 90s.
Yeah, that
So,
I
so,
can't agree with you, Joe Bob,
so
there.
I just made it up. It just like yeah. No, he said that about Street. I mean, Chainsaw 4, but yeah, he didn't say anything about this movie. This has Julia Nixon, soul from Rambo 2,
Huh.
who's on the cover, I think. Yeah, I think that's her, Julia Nixon.
Yeah. I guess this movie in the credits it had a bra wrangler in it.
That was close. Probably has some bra food in it.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember the trailer being insane. All this crazy shit that happens.
And it stars, it's directed by Seagal's character from Above the Law,
Nico-
Nico Tosca.
This is great. It's got Will Egan in it. He was in Nightmare on Elm Street 5. He played a semi-truck driver. He was also in Ninja Academy. He played Josh. Didn't do much for his career,
No.
that's for sure. Don't know what else to say about Glitch. I really don't.
There's a Ella Pune Alien from LA, which was pretty god awful with Kathy Ireland,
And her
who's in
squeaky
Act.
fucking voice.
Nerdy teen goes looking for her father, pretty much falls down a hole, and if she
A
died, then the
butthole?
movie would be over,
She's gonna fall
which would have
down a
been
butt.
better.
If she fell down a
But
butthole and disappeared, that'd be
pretty much
better.
an underground city where I think they all look pretty normal anyway. Just
Yeah.
people who live in an underground city. And Kathy Ireland's an annoying bitch. And Tom Matthews is like, man, I wish he was in Friday 6 or Return of the Living Dead.
He's in
And
that? Oh man, that's just sad.
yeah,
That's sad.
yeah, and you got like Don Michael Paul. And I'm like, man, I wish I was in a a monster truck rolling people over, like rolling
Rolling
vengeance.
Vengeance.
I just remember being god awful. I think
I
I
do
had the DVD.
too.
I had the DVD. I sold it.
I have it. It's because it was like the double feature. I think with Morons from Outer Space or
Yeah,
something.
that's the DVD I sold. But yeah, it's pretty awful. It's Ella Pune. I mean, I was surprised he got Cyborg. Just they saw this movie and went, no, you don't give him Cyborg.
You don't give this guy Cyborg. Give somebody else Cyborg. Next one is Mannequin. I don't care. I'm not even talking. Mannequin's Force. Mannequin's Force. The third Mannequin film or the Mannequin prequel. Uh, I don't care. Stars nobody ever
Right.
heard of. I'd rather talk about Slaughterhouse Rock, which
Go for it.
I actually like. I like this movie. It's not great, but I think it does a lot of creativity and originality for a low budget and does some cool things with a low budget. I mean, uh, it shows a decent gore effect where somebody punches through somebody's head and some cool use of the latex and stuff that, they use in A Nightmare on Elm Street to show when Freddy's poking his face through the wall. They did that kind of stuff with Slaughterhouse Rock. It's got a cool soundtrack. You got Tony Basil and Devo combining together to make a soundtrack for the
Yeah.
film. And I just like the concept and decent bits of gore, acting okay, not the greatest in the world, but it wasn't the worst ever. And it's a fun, definitely an 80s movie. It's like an 80s hard rock, it's an 80s rock monster zombie, demon flick. I thought it was kind of cool. It deals with Alcatraz, and then there's like ghosts and stuff, and Tony Basil plays a character, a ghost who's there to help out. She's a female heavy metal singer who was killed there, and helps our hero fight the monster, and it deals with time travel as well. And yeah, I liked it. I don't think it's as bad as a 3.3. I think some of the people who gave it a 3.3 need to watch really shitty movies like Curse of the Blue Lights and shit. I don't understand why Black Roses is a higher rating. That's so much more fun with this than Black Roses.
Yeah, it's. I thought it was pretty decent. I thought it was a decent film. I thought it. Again, I liked the soundtrack. Having it take place around Alcatraz gave it a little bit of a different feel, a different usage of the plot, and remember some decent bits of gore and for a low budget film, some pretty decent effects that they were
Yeah.
trying to do, and like you said, soundtrack by Devo. That's helps the film. Is it never on DVD in the U.S., right?
Nope. Nope. No official
So just in
release.
Germany.
Yeah. I would rather Scream Factory release this than fucking. What are they doing?
Species 2, 3, and 4, and
Garbage Pail Kids Special Edition and Rotor. Fucking Rotor.
Motor Scooter.
You give Rotor a Blu-ray, but not Slaughterhouse Rock. Slaughterhouse Rock is a lot better than Rotor. No
Yeah, it is.
contest.
I've seen Rotor, and Slaughterhouse Rock is definitely a better movie than Rotor. But not that bad. I've seen much worse movies. Much
I
worse
agree.
films than Slaughterhouse
I think it's
Rock.
a little bit underrated, to be honest. It's not a great film, but I have fun with it though. I'd say it's. I thought for its budget, $2 million, did a lot of cool stuff, good soundtrack, cool concept. Fun 80. I thought it was entertaining and thought it was above average fun movie. Definitely better than a 3.3.
Yeah, I would give a little bit higher rating than that.
Dr. Hackenstein?
Oh, okay. I was for some reason I was thinking of
What?
I
Some
don't
other
know.
doctor thing? Doctor.
I don't know. I thought I was seeing if this is actual Frankenstein movie or just a slasher movie or just it's trauma, so that's why. Yeah, it's on the DVD at the top right. There's little thing that says trauma.
Yeah. From did they just release it or did they make it?
Well, even the stuff they released, what have they released that was good?
I didn't mind Luther the Geek, but that's all I can really think of.
Okay, I didn't see that, so I can't confirm
I
or
guess it's a
deny that.
comedy. It's like trying to be a horror comedy, like Young
That's what most of
Frankenstein.
them try to do with Choma. Fucking fail.
Got Phyllis Diller in it and Anne Ramsey, Mama, from Mama from the Train,
They're also from the Goonies.
Mama Fratelli. She plays a lot of mamas. She was also in Deadly Friend. She got her head blown up with a basketball. I
Not
Doc
much I didn't say about Dr.
Dr.
Hackenstein.
Hackenstein is a genial but somewhat misguided scientist. He murders the locals for the body parts, but it's not for power or for scientific research. He just needs them to put his wife back together. Frankenhooker? I'd rather watch Frankenhooker then.
Yeah, Friday and Horror is a good movie.
That sounds very similar. Frankenhooker is, it's not really his wife, but it's his girlfriend. And Frankenhooker is also a horror comedy.
I think Friday and Horror came out actually later,
Yeah.
90.
Regardless, I'd say
Was,
Frankenhooker, even if it didn't come
yeah,
out
it's
first, I'd say
a
it's
better
better
movie.
than. I haven't even seen Dr. Hackenstein. It's, it's such a
Dr. Hanky.
Dr. Hankin Pankenstein.
Dr. Hanky Panky.
That
Starring Wilder.
would be good. I'd see that. Dr. Hanky Panky with Gene Wilder. It's Frankenstein. It's Frankenstein.
Not much I didn't say about
Yeah,
it.
I don't know.
Some movie named Top Model by Joe D'Amato.
Well, isn't that a guy who directed Porno Holocaust?
Uh, he did, I think,
Oh
Anthropophagus.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Joe
He did a
D'Amato
lot.
did a lot of shit. It's about it's softcore porn or just porn,
He did
really.
do Porno Holocaust, yeah.
See? Uh, yeah.
Oh well.
You have Domino, which stars Brigitte Nielsen, and it's written by Ivana Massetti and
I found him a sit on my D.
Classic.
That's the director. I found him a sit T on my D with Brigitte Nielsen, who is pretty, I guess a nice way to say fugly. Uh, she is. I'm sorry. It's just I didn't mind her in Cobra and even
Rocky
Rocky
4.
Four,
Yeah.
but she looks like a man,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
sad, but it's true. I don't know what happened, drugs or something, but whatever it is, don't do it.
Or you can look like a dude. You look too butch to be sexy.
Hanging out with Grace Jones on a
That pro
Circle of Life
that probably would make you more masculine if you hung out with Trace Jones too much.
and Dolph Lundgren dealt with both. Nah, I don't know that's true, but
A jeweled turtle?
oh, the plot.
Yeah.
A girl in the video industry travels with a jeweled turtle and makes Billy holiday videos. What I don't know what the hell that is.
So
Uh,
I guess that somebody's
it's just
playing
a
Billie
prequel to that
Holiday
Domino that Tony
that
Scott made.
I also don't like.
Yeah, sad but true. I miss Tony Scott, but that's one that's just not for me.
This Domino though sounds like it might be even worse.
Yeah, I believe it.
I mean, from the plot synopsis, it just sounds very boring.
Yeah, Brigitte Nielsen is just not a good leading.
I mean, through having relations with some of her friends, she's looking for love. She begins getting calls from a stranger who tells her not to worry, but he'll watch over her. But when she wants to meet him, he does not show up. That's your synopsis. Oh, it's so exciting.
Yeah,
Empire of the Spiritual Ninja, Godfrey Ho. Oh, you know it's gonna be just a bunch of stock footage and
linked together.
linked
Yeah,
together with
or two
bad
movies
dubbing,
put together.
talking robot. You
Yeah,
got
no
Eve.
Pierre
You got
Kirby.
yeah, Bruno Kirby.
Pierre Kirby,
Pierre,
not
Pierre Kirby.
Bruno
I
Kirby.
know. See, Pierre Kirby.
Yeah,
Nobody
evil.
knows. Nobody's ever heard of Pierre Kirby except for Cinema Snob.
Yeah,
Can't blame me. I mean, his last name was Kirby.
no, I never heard of it until Cinema Snob as well.
Evil Alter. I have this movie on VHS. I only remember this movie because of the cover art.
It
But the
stars Mickey Rourke.
yeah, this poster isn't really showing the right poster art because it just shows.
But there's another one.
There's another one.
If you look it up, like a VHS cover, and the guy's face looks like Mickey Rourke.
It's a spitting image. It is totally Mickey Rourke. What if like Mickey was tight on cash and he's like, all right, you can use my face for this cover for Evil Alter. Robert Zadar's in this, the late Robert Zadar, Maniac Cop.
And of course, William Smith, who was Conan's dad and Conan the Barbarian,
Ah,
and had the big fight with Clint Eastwood in Any Which Way You Can at the finale.
oh,
Big old
cool.
fist fight.
It's probably pretty shitty because here's the synopsis: in the small town of Red Rock, a devil worshipping cult in league with a local sheriff kidnaps victims for sacrifice. Sounds like any other devil demon sacrifice movie I can think of.
Yeah.
Sounds a lot like The Devil's Reign or uh, Satan's Cheerleaders, because in that TV movie there was also the sheriff that was in on it, if I remember correctly.
Huh.
And then we got Mac and Me,
Mac and cheese.
the infamously terrible E.T. ripoff,
Funded by Big Macs and French fries,
and Ronald McDonald,
who was a
and
pedophile.
even had a dancing scene in it in a
With some
McDonald's.
dancing queens. Uh, the thing that pops in my mind is anytime the actor Paul Rudd is on Conan O'Brien,
Yeah.
he always shows a piece of this. Like, here's a clip from a new movie, like even with like Ant-Man or whatever.
Yeah.
Here's a clip from a new movie, and they always show the clip where the wheelchair goes off the. And Paul Rudd does it every time as a prank against Conan O'Brien,
That's great.
where the kid falls in the water on his wheelchair.
That's great.
It's horrendously bad, horrendously
Terrible makeup
product
effects,
placement.
bad makeup effects, terrible
It's,
product placement.
it is the epitome of product placement. Coca-Cola, McDonald's is everywhere, up, down, and center in that movie.
As far as Pepsi isn't sponsoring this shit.
Well,
But no, we got Coke.
It's like, yeah.
So,
Like they're always giving the alien Coca-Cola to drink. And like you said, there's a dance scene in a McDonald's, which
yeah.
would never happen. I mean,
And
that'd be
I know this guy's done better. I mean, he did the Ice Pirates. The director Stuart Raffle directed this. He directed the Ice Pirates and Philadelphia Experiment. But then he also
oh yeah,
directed
those are better movies.
Tammy and the T-Rex. So,
Yeah.
where Paul Walker's brain is put into the T-Rex. May Paul rest in peace, but wow.
It's still a pretty bad movie.
Yeah, Maccabee.
Mac and Me.
You were saying dancing in McDonald's is like. I think we're saying like we were trying to say like something about that.
No, it's just what were they thinking? That would never happen.
No,
Even if it, I mean, in any dimension.
it's like you thought it was a commercial for McDonald's. Like it was a
There
commercial.
was.
It was a
His first trailer is Ronald McDonald talking about it. The first trailer
I
of it is
completely,
Ronald McDonald
I completely forgot about
introducing the
that.
film. I'm like, what other film does a fucking fast food person? That'd be like,
The Burger
well,
King. Like if you had a Burger King, the Burger
yeah,
King
the that
introducing.
creepy fucker, Burger King mask guy, like introduced Theodore Rex. Um,
That'd probably be the best thing Theodore Rex related ever because that would actually be funny
I mean,
because it's so strange. You have Christine Ebersole, who was like one of the few. I think she was in SNL for like a little bit, I believe, but didn't really do much with it. And I remember her most from Richie Rich. She played the mom in Richie Rich. So here she plays the mom in Mac and Me. And then
uh,
you have nobody else really that and it is all memorable. I mean, Jonathan Ward, I guess, plays the kid who finds Mac. It's like everything this movie does is done better in E.T. I mean, is it as bad as Nuki? Probably not, but doesn't mean it's just good.
yeah, I mean that doesn't even say much. Yeah.
Yeah, this is that is a. I do remember it's the wheelchair scene that I. That's the only thing I remember from it. It's just a kid off a cliff, falls off a cliff in a wheelchair into the water, and he's fine. Can't
and
have the
I
kid die.
and I know it ended with a sequel bait, like we'll be back.
Like Master
But there's
Universe.
yeah, there was a planned sequel.
Shit.
Never happened.
Thank God. What were the sponsors going to be in the sequel? Taco Bell? Pizza Hut?
No, see, you want to see that done
Demolition
in
Man.
in a smarter way.
Yeah.
And I can't believe it's Alan Silvestri did the score.
Really? Wow.
In 2014, Quartet Records released a limited edition disc of his score, including You're Not a Stranger Anymore, the theme, as well as Tape Me, I'll Follow You, which Silvestri co-wrote for the film. Wow. I'm sure that's one he doesn't have on his resume too much. Well, I just, no, because he, 2014, he released the fucking CD. Can I have a CD of I Come in Peace?
Nope.
You get a fucking CD of Mac and Me.
Probably sold out too because of those rabid CD collectors.
Well, you got your Mac and Me.
You got Fatal Pulse, which it's got Joe Estevez in it, so it's gonna suck. It's just that's a rule.
Yeah.
I've never seen it broken yet, so
Yeah, Joe Estevez. Yeah.
girl was raped 10 minutes after fighting with her boyfriend, so basically what it is a rape revenge flick. Graveyard Shift 2, no relation to the
Oh,
Graveyard Shift. It's related
yeah.
to the 1987 vampire movie where this vampire is a cab driver.
Yeah.
And then the sequel is about some macho Italian vampire.
Appears on the set of a low budget film about vampires and seduces the cast and crew.
Low budget films about vampirism and billiards. So vampires and pool, because that those really work together. It's a match made in heaven.
Is it a horror version of Color Money?
So many movies don't get sequels, but shit like Graveyard Shift get a
Which
sequel.
I don't get because I don't know anyone who even fucking remembers the first one.
I know about it, but I've never seen it. But yeah,
No, I mean, I've heard of it, but I'm like, actually seen it and be like, yeah, I loved it. When's the sequel?
when's the sequel happening? When am I going to see more Adventures of the Vampire Cabbie? Speaking of sequels and pretty shitty sequels, Iron Eagle 2. Very disappointed. I like the first Iron Eagle. I think it's a fun movie. Iron Eagle 2, best thing about it is songs from the soundtrack. about
Yeah,
it.
the songs.
Well, you have "I Got a Line on You" by Alice Cooper. So Alice Cooper does a song for the soundtrack. There's some other songs. There's the "Chasing the Angel" song, which is actually really good. That's from this film.
Oh, okay.
And
They
it's
kill
right.
off the lead.
Yeah, that's just that's what I don't like about this. So Sidney J. Furie, I think he directed the first one, didn't he?
Yeah,
So he comes back to direct. You have the lead from the first film.
which I think he was doing the other movie
He was
about the
doing
rooftops.
Rooftops with some musical gang fighting movie directed by Robert Wise. So Jason Gedrick, he was like,
I just tried to be a rooftop version of Streets of Fire.
yeah, and
Streets of Fire on the rooftops.
he's uncredited in this movie, but he shows up as, of course, his character from the first movie. And when you watch this movie, you're thinking, "Oh, cool, all right, we're taking place where things left off with Chappie and Jason
Doug,
Gedrick
Doug
and Doug
Masters.
Masters." Oh no, he dies.
Until
Eh,
part four.
Until part four,
With an
where
actor that's
somehow
not him
the yeah
comes back somehow, does
Iron
this
Eagle
somehow
after Iron
retcon.
Eagle 2, that should have been it. That's no more
After the
sequels.
first one.
After the first one, I mean, if you were
It
gonna
didn't
do,
need sequels.
I would have been fine with a sequel if Jason Gedrick didn't die. But no, that's what happens. So we're left with Mark Humphrey, Captain Matt Cooper, and we're having this whole thing about the Russians working together with the Americans. And it's awkward because this is around the same time, Rambo 3 came out when they're trying to be like the Russians are bad, and then oh, they're not really, and then you have then okay, at least there's a movie like this where they team up, and it's lame. I always remember this being a lame movie. And the tagline is lame. The wild blue yonder is about to get wilder. What the hell does that mean? Chappie Sinclair is called together to gather together a mixed Soviet-U.S. strike force to perform a surgical strike on a massively defended nuclear missile site in the Middle East. Chappie finds that getting the Soviet and U.S. pilots to cooperate is only the most minor of his problems, that he discovers someone in the Pentagon is actively sabotaging his mission. As they begin their assault, Chappie finds that a nuclear strike has been ordered should they fail, which will catch his forces on the ground next to ground zero.
And that's the funny thing, is the plot has nothing to do with the guy dying.
No, it
So why
doesn't.
even have it?
Exactly.
If you even need it, you could have just said, okay, you won't do the film, just don't mention the character.
Or say he went off to
With his
a
family or his
family, or
dad.
or he's in combat right now or something.
Yeah, or he's with his family.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do. It's not that hard. Save it. Hell, maybe he'll come back in a third one. You
Yeah.
don't know, or
That would have
something.
been. I would have rather had Doug Masters and Ace's Iron Eagle 3 than characters that I've never even heard of, that I never even knew that Chappie knew,
And Ravenhawk,
and Rachel
right?
McLish, female Rambo.
I think Sonny Chiba's in it or something.
Yeah,
But yeah, Iron Eagle 2, or what the fuck? Yeah, Iron
forgettable
Eagle
and
2, yeah.
boring.
Can eat it.
And really, I mean, and the plot is just so generic. Like, screams direct to video. Frankenstein General Hospital. Yeah. There's a movie called Frankenstein General Hospital.
Yeah, just title says it all.
Joe Spinell in a war movie.
Operation Warzone.
Warzone. Oh yeah, that's the one with that cover art. It's like crazy. It's like Operation Warzone. The guy's like leaping at the screen at the cover, like it's like he's leaping out at you from the VHS cover. The dude's screaming.
Oh, okay.
It's directed by David A. Pryor, who I think is related to Ted Pryor. And yeah,
I got you.
Joe Spinell. Does he play that lead?
Doesn't look like it because he's a brigadier general, so he's probably just in it for a little bit.
That would have been hilarious. overweight Joe Spinell, pit-faced schlub of a man going around trying to be Rambo.
I would have seen it. Yeah. Yeah, Joe Spinell filmed all of his scenes in one day, so yeah, he's definitely not the star, unless there's a really quick shoot.
Then you have I think we're just gonna go through a few more here.
Yeah.
Um, Caddyshack 2
Another sequel that wasn't really,
needed,
yeah.
not
I mean, when
necessary.
you're not going to get Bill Murray, you're not going to get Rodney Dangerfield, you're not going to get, well, you got Chevy Chase, but
He leaves. It's like a cameo role. That's really what it is.
he literally leaves the movie.
And you're
Like,
like, come back. Like he's like one of the few things about that piece of shit, other than the song by Kenny
nobody stole.
Loggins, which is a great song, by the way.
I'm going
Going
all
all
the
the
way.
way. That's a cool song. Movie
Yeah, it's
sucks.
such a crappy movie.
But Chevy Chase and that song are like the only things about the movie I can stand. Is everything else sucks. I don't like Jackie Mason. Dan Aykroyd is annoying in this, like the most annoying role I think I've ever seen him portray in any movie. For some reason, he thought he needed to have this weird high-pitched voice, and it just does not work. It doesn't work at all. I think he's trying to be Bill Murray. That's the thing. He's trying to be Bill Murray from the first film, but it just does not work. And Chevy Chase shows up, says something that kind of makes me chuckle, and then leaves. And I'm like, come back! Don't leave me with this shit! Oh, damn it. Come on, Chevy. Yeah, Caddyshack 2, it's awful. It's every bit as bad as its reputation suggests it is. Here you go, The Chair. You've actually seen that one.
Yeah, that's
Probably get a lower rating than that, right?
yeah, much lower rating. Yeah, this is one that Stephen Jeffries is in. It's a really boring, shitty, crappy version. I'm trying to think what the fuck happened in the movie now. I can't remember the movie.
That's how good it was.
I just remember like the inmates get a little bit scared, and then they Stephen Jeffries and I was like escape, and it's like really anticlimactic. And then the warden, for some reason, I want to say like there's a scene where he looks at the light bulb, and there's like an eye in the light bulb, but
Stephen Jeffries is in this?
yeah, he's like
Okay.
one of the inmates. Pretty small supporting role, and
I mean, if you
I
look at
don't
the synopsis, it doesn't
fucking
even look
know.
like much. I mean, a psychologist, a psychiatrist.
It's
Aren't,
not
aren't
much
they
because
the same?
I
Isn't a
remember like
psychologist and a psychiatrist the same thing? I don't know.
it didn't even seem like a supernatural movie for much. It was just more of a, oh, here they're trying to get the do this kind of, not really experiment, but hey, can we change how criminals think by the way we do our prison and not treat them like actual
Yeah.
prisoners? And it was like really talky
Ew.
and really talky strip, not much supernatural going on.
So,
You barely see any effects of any type except like maybe some fizzles of shitty looking electricity.
so it's like a misleading cover
Yeah, I mean it's like a teeny bit of supernatural.
it's,
Like this is how you don't do it. Prison is how you do
or
it.
shocker.
Or Shocker is how you do it. But I'm talking about a movie that takes place entirely in a prison,
Yeah.
which is what this film
Hmm.
does. But it's just nothing really happens. Barely anything remotely dealing with the supernatural, and except when the warden dies in a chair by some fucking ghost thing that looks like shit.
Sounds like a great movie to me.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like some of the people who die is because the inmates are escaping. They kill like one or two people, and they just leave, they escape. That's it. That's what I mean. It's like anticlimactic, and it just if you're looking for a body count, you're not getting it. If you're looking for gore, you're not getting it. If you're looking for effects, you're not getting it. It's just way too talky,
It's like
way
you're
too
just getting
slow, way
nothing.
too
You're just
boring.
getting nothing but
Exactly.
talk.
Exactly.
You'd rather put yourself in the chair.
Maybe a guard gets electrocuted on some bars. It's like
Wow.
I mean, again, you watch Prison and you
It's like
see
this
the
is
barbed wire scene.
it's like this isn't even a
That's how
horror
you do it.
film. And that's like how this is marketed. It's like your front row seat to terror.
Not really.
There's this other one, it's called Lurkers. I remember the trailer for that, and it's pretty shitty actually. I haven't seen it though. I have it on VHS somewhere. It it has the subplot synopsis is this: a woman is haunted by flashbacks of her dead mother and visions of dead people floating. And there you go. Because Kathy's mother killed her father and tried to kill her when she was 10. Her younger brother, a priest, holds her responsible. 15 years later, Bob manipulates a clingy, drippy Kathy. Drippy? Into falling in love with him. He lures her back to the apartment, building off her youth for a so-called work party. There, he and his business partner Monica and a few of their oddly pathetic friends hold Kathy hostage for a few hours before forcing her off the side of the building roof. She becomes one of them, a lurker. The building is supposed to be hell, and everyone born there is evil and brought back there to die. Kathy becomes one of the lurkers who floats around town, warning other people who the baddies try to get back in the building, and Bob's new girlfriend and Kathy's priest brother, including. Like, the guy, somebody, do they know English? I, I don't know.
Maybe,
So, that
maybe not.
sounds awful. That really sounds awful. The Newly Deads. The owner of a lakeside resort, trauma film again, but I think they just released it. The owner of a lakeside resort murders a transvestite. 15 years later, a spirit comes back and starts killing the honeymoon couples. Let me guess, the spirit's the transvestite. Yeah, directed by
I
Joseph Mary.
think that's the M and PM Entertainment.
Yeah,
The child going to do riots and
and Doug
rage and
Jones is in this. Doug Jones, who was in Hellboy and Hellboy 2, a bunch of other movies. He played he played Abe Sapien.
yeah,
I gotta start somewhere, I guess.
exactly. Gotta start somewhere.
Even if it's some movie about a transvestite ghost. I think this is a good one to end it on. Black Eagle. What a piece of shit. One of the worst Van Damme films I can think of. And one of the worst Sho Kosugi films. So it's a twofer. It's double the shit. All in one movie.
Yeah, at times it seems like a TV movie, like made for ABC TV movie. It's Sho Kosugi's a spy. He has his son in it as well, playing his son.
Yeah, Shane. Shane Kosugi. Yeah. Kane Kosugi. Shane Kosugi's also in it too, so it's a whole
Yeah,
Kosugi
they're
family
both in it.
thing.
And Van Damme really has nothing to do. He's on a boat, leg split, throwing knives, or he's in bed with a woman. He has like two fights with Sho Kosugi. He's kicking Sho Kosugi's ass most of the time in the fights. Like it just shows that Van Damme was almost like more of a martial artist Sho Kosugi in those scenes. I mean, he
But I
knocked
mean,
him out of the water.
I know he did, but I think that's just bad screenwriting or
Yeah.
awful directing. Because I know
And
Sho Kosugi can fight. I mean, I've seen Revenge of the Ninja. I mean, that's not a problem. Martial arts choreography for Sho Kosugi.
but well, the director he did the Octagon, which is a good Chuck Norris
Yeah,
film,
I
and he
didn't
did
mind that.
Angel Town.
Wow, like I really like that one with Oliver Gruner,
Yeah,
Oliver Gruner,
yeah. I never know if it's Oliver or Olivier.
Olivier Gruner.
That's a good one. This, I don't know what happened. I mean, this is. I don't know if he did this before Bloodsport, but then they only released it here because Bloodsport was successful. Or I think it's the same year as Bloodsport, so I don't know.
There's no
But
trivia other than the boys playing Cho's sons are actually his kids.
even Van Damme's death scene, it show doesn't even kill him.
I know.
It's oh my god, my he dies sort of a hero death.
I
Like
know.
yeah, oh my god, my woman's about to die. I'm gonna go save her, and
It's
I get
so
sucked
awkward.
into a boat propeller.
It's so awkward and weird for a villain to die like that in a
He
movie
dies like
like
a
this.
noble hero death. Like
Yeah,
he's trying to do
the right thing.
the right thing, and it's it doesn't make sense. And he's barely in the film
And the
as
movie's
well.
pretty boring too, I remember. It's like an hour and 33 minutes, but it drags on. Because you have this spy shit that doesn't work with Sho Kosugi.
Yeah, and they didn't show any of his talent,
No. They made
martial
him
arts
look like a
wise.
really shitty fighter and a really shitty actor and a really shitty lead.
Yeah, there's nothing to the film. It's just
And I always thought it was funny that the tactical aircraft is called an F-11 Aardvark. Like, really?
yeah, I did
Not an
remember that.
osprey or an eagle or a hawk. Your fucking your badass U.S. Air Force modern tactical aircraft is called a fucking aardvark. Shows you how out of touch the screenwriter is. So there are three writers for this. There was A.E. Peters and Peters and Michael Gonzalez. They both did a shitty job. Black Eagle was a black eye on both actors' careers.
Yeah, is the best way to put it.
So anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed it. I know it's a bit long, but there were actually a lot of bad movies from 1988.
Yeah,
um, anyway, thanks for watching, Matt. Thank you for joining me, and
thank
maybe we'll search for the worst for another year sometime.
you.
Anyway,
Absolutely.
uh, I will see you guys later, and yeah, see ya.
Bye bye.